Welcome to the very first episode of The Transformation, brought to you by Raise the Vibes, your go-to podcast for unlocking the limitless power of your energy and mindset. I'm Jevon, also known as Mr. Raise the Vibes, your personal growth coach dedicated to transforming the way you think, feel, and experience life. If you haven't already, it would mean the world to me if you would please subscribe to this channel and follow us on Instagram at @RaiseTheVibes_. Now, I know the first question that is probably coming to your mind is, who is this guy and what is Raise the Vibes? Raise the Vibes is a company that was founded to help people grow in various aspects of their life. What we do is we provide personal development plans. We teach people how to adopt a growth mindset, and we even help individuals navigate through life transitions. The purpose of this podcast is to support our goal of helping people transform their life. Because one thing that I have recognized is that struggle is universal. No matter who you are, how old you are, where you are in life, you're going to experience struggle at some point in life. And I wanted to speak a little bit to my struggle and the struggle that really changed my life, that really changed the trajectory of where I was going with life. And this happened back in 2021. I had recently transitioned from college into my first job working for the government, and I struggled with my identity. I had no idea who I was anymore. For a large portion of my life, I identified as a football player. Football was a huge portion of my life from about the age of 9 until I stopped playing when I was 23.
Have your brothers back, and guess what? I'm going out there and I'm leaving them all on the field. So who got my back? I got your back. Who got my back? I got your back. Who got my back? I got your back.
It's going to be a run to Brown Simpson. Bounces into the end zone. Touchdown! Second down and one, handoff straight up the middle. Brown Simpson leaps into the end zone. Touchdown, Falcons!
This man, Jevon Brown Simpson, you see him here plowing through tackles.
The game did so much to me and connected me with so many different people and presented me with so many opportunities I never even imagined, that I only pictured my life as a football player. So for me, transitioning to adulthood into the professional workforce, I wasn't prepared for what that would do to me as someone that identified as a football player. I really lost myself. As difficult as it is for me to say, identifying as a football player to me was more than just being the captain of the football team. It was more than just being the MVP. It was more than just going to All-Star game. It was more than being scouted professionally. It was a part of who I was, and I really attached my value as a human to being this football player. Going into the professional workplace, none of that mattered. It was irrelevant. I was insignificant. All of my accomplishments, everything that I've done, everywhere that I've been because of football did not matter. The only thing that really mattered was my contribution to this new team. And for me, putting so much of an emphasis in my life to create this persona, and then for it to mean absolutely nothing in the blink of an eye was tough for me. I was 25 years old and I really hated my life. I was struggling mentally. I did not know who I was because, like I said, football was my identity. I didn't know what I liked. I didn't have any hobbies outside of football. I didn't know how to have conversations that didn't have something to do with football. I didn't know anything else other than who I thought I was. And again, I didn't feel accepted. I didn't feel like I belonged. I didn't feel like I was a part of anything because nobody cared about anything that I've done. And that was it was tough for me. It was extremely difficult for me just to wake up and go in there every day knowing that no one cares. What do I bring to the table? I had no idea. I wasn't able to recognize what they saw in me to give me that opportunity. So I hit rock bottom. I didn't know what to do. I felt like I didn't have anywhere to go. I had went to therapy when I was younger, and therapy wasn't for me, unfortunately. I'm a huge advocate for therapy, but at that point in my life, I felt like it couldn't have done anything for me. I couldn't really go to my friends because, again, they were all transitioning and doing their own thing in life. And quite frankly, I wasn't that good of a friend at that point in my life. I wasn't available for them. I wasn't reaching out to them. So how could I, when I need something, reach out to them and ask them for support when at no point did I reach out to them and offer support for what they might have been going through, whether I knew or didn't know? My family, I was embarrassed. I was ashamed. I felt as if I had to maintain this image of being the strong, independent man to my family, and that made me suffer by myself. And I didn't know how to cope with that. It wasn't until one day I realized that enough is enough. I'm 25 years old. There is no reason for me to be feeling like this. Everybody would always tell me, you're so young, you have the rest of your life ahead of you. And I wasn't able to see that until one day I woke up and I'm like, you got this. I really had to wake up and tell myself, listen, you're the big dog, right? I'm sure we know she don't want a puppy, she want a big dog. Like, I really had to tell myself, like, listen, you got this. You were successful before, you can do it again. And that was really when I locked in. That day that I woke up and I had that realization that I've been successful before, I can be successful again, was something that really triggered me to pursue the best version of myself. I began to rebuild myself, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. I began reading books and listening to podcasts and reconnecting with friends. That was what started this for me. I started working on being more emotionally aware so that I'm able to identify why I feel the way I do and where this is coming from. And a lot of it stemmed from me comparing my life to others around me. Social media played a huge influence on how I felt about myself. So it got to the point where I had to delete social media for a little bit. I had to step away and really just focus on my everyday life and developing myself. I had to develop discipline. I had to develop self-awareness. I had to work on consistency. I had to work on adopting a positive mindset. I had to prioritize my mental and physical health. It was more than just going to work and coming back home and relaxing to go back to work. No, I really had to be intentional with my time and educate myself and explore my interests. I had to find new hobbies. I'd reach out to old friends from elementary school and we would go to the driving range. A lot of the relationships that I had were extremely shallow, so we had to explore how deep were these relationships. So I started to reach out to old friends and make new friends and really discover what it was that moved me, that I was interested in. I had to discover a new passion and my purpose in life. I really had to sit and talk to God about what it is that is meant for me in life, because I knew that this wasn't it. And in those conversations with him, he introduced to me that my passion is to help people. My passion is to giving back. My passion is to provide value to individuals that might be struggling in life, that might be going through a tough time. By nature, I've always been someone that was great with connecting with people and building relationships. And just through my conversation with God, we discovered that my purpose is to continue to do that. And that's ultimately what led me to create Raise the Vibes. I wanted to create something that would allow me to help people, to connect people with one another. I wanted to create something that aligned with my passion in helping others. Giving back to people that might be struggling is something that I will do for the rest of my life. Doesn't matter who you are, what you look like, how old you are, where you come from, what your background is, what you're into. I will help anybody that is struggling, because that is just me and my nature. And because I've been able to obtain so much information just through a variety of channels, what belongs to me today belonged to someone else yesterday and will belong to someone else tomorrow. None of this information I've gathered is mine. None of the resources that have been introduced to me are mine. I am someone that was introduced to this, and now I want to introduce it to individuals that are looking for something more, looking for something to help them with their life transition. Because when you think about it, we're constantly going through transitions. We're constantly evolving in life, whether that's going from pre-K to kindergarten, going from elementary school to middle school, going from middle school to high school, going from high school into the workplace, or for some of us going from high school to college, going from college to the workplace, transitioning from being single into committed relationship, transitioning from you and your partner to having a family and having kids of your own, going from being a parent to a grandparent. We're constantly evolving in life, and I don't think it's really talked about enough what it really takes to transition into that next version of yourself, transition into that next season. Because let's sit and think about it. Have you ever thought about what was required of you to be successful in that next season of life? Have you thought about the prerequisites that you need in order to be successful in your transition? Because often we just go with the flow of life. Life just continues to happen before us, and we lose sight of what's actually going on and if we're actually prepared for this next phase of our life. Understanding that not everybody has the luxury of slowing down and taking that step back. They don't have the luxury of being able to talk to somebody about these transitions. Not everybody has access to a therapy or feel comfortable talking to a stranger about their transition. Not everybody has a strong support system that they can go to about this transition. Not everybody has family that they can lean on about this transition. So what I wanted to do was provide another option. I wanted to provide a space where people can come and be uplifted, where they can come and be supported. I wanted to build a community of individuals that have experienced life and have been able to get over that hump and transition into that next version of themselves that they needed to be in order to be successful for that season, right? And creating this podcast is going to allow me to build that community. It's going to allow me to connect with as many people as possible, to provide them with as much information as I can. I'm going to continue to learn as much as I can. A wise man once told me, learn like you'll live forever. And I have embraced that saying, because every day I'm learning something new. I'm listening to podcasts. I'm constantly reading books. I'm strengthening my relationship with the Lord. There's so much that I am committed to in life, and that's all to give back to you. That is all I want to do, is to help people transition in life, because I don't think there's enough out there to help people transition. Whether that's personally, professionally, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially. There's so much out there that we're going to experience in life, and I wanted to provide a place where we can come and talk about that. And it won't just be me talking. I'm going to bring on guests to talk about their transformation and their evolution in life and what was required for them to be successful for their transformation. One thing that you're going to hear a lot is our slogan, vibrate at your highest frequency. And what does that mean exactly? Vibrating at your highest frequency means that you are intentionally vibrating positive energy, okay? And that starts with being aware of your energy and the impact that it's having, because not a lot of people are aware that the energy that you bring into a space now exists in that space. So if you walk into a room and you're feeling positive, people are going to feel that positive energy. And the same is true on the opposite end. If you walk into a space with negativity, people are going to feel that. So our slogan, vibrate at your highest frequency, is intended to remind people to be intentional with the energy that you're bringing into spaces, because it's going to have an impact on others. Because if you think about it, we all know people in our life that are extremely negative. We know people that as soon as they come in to the room or to the family gathering, or they come into the office, that you do not want to engage with that individual, because it's going to be draining. They're going to have something negative to say, that it's not going to be an uplifting experience. So you try to avoid those people. Sometimes we don't realize that we're that person. And on the contrary, we all know those positive people that as soon as they walk into the room, everybody's happy to see them. Everybody greets them with a smile and a hug, whether that's in your home, at your parents' place, at your siblings' place, in the workplace. There are positive people that we have access to in our life, that we know the impact that they have on the space. So that goes to show we've all experienced it, both the positive and the negative. And vibrating at your highest frequency is a reminder to be intentional and choose to vibrate at your highest frequency. Okay. Now, I want to be extremely clear about this. There's a very big difference between being optimistic and being positive. Being optimistic is expecting the best outcome in situations. Being positive is being intentional, looking for the positive in a situation. Now, I know that might be a little bit tricky to grasp, but I look at it like this. Being positive is like putting on sunglasses, all right? Everything that you see has that tint, right? Now, put on your positive sunglasses and you'll see everything with a positive outlook, right? That is possible. Again, it takes some time to adjust your mindset, to adjust your perspective in order to look at things like that. But it is possible for everybody to adopt a positive mental attitude and really look at life through this lens and experience life this way, because it will change your life forever. When it comes to the benefits of vibrating at your highest frequency, there are so many. I don't even know where to begin. There are mental benefits, emotional benefits, physical benefits, social benefits, professional benefits. Think of those people that you work with or that you see when you go to a grocery store or a clothing store, right? Those positive individuals that are giving off positivity make you feel better. You enjoy those engagements. You recognize that those individuals are getting met with more opportunities. Those individuals are more motivated. Those individuals are more resilient. Those individuals are more proactive. They achieve more generally because that positivity and that outlook that they have on life is constantly pushing them to achieve more and to do more and connect with people in a deeper way. There are personal growth benefits. Your self-confidence grows when you're positive. Your quality of life improves. You start to experience deep, more meaningful connections with people. You start to experience life and look at all the positive, and you're more focused on everything that you do have rather than what you don't have. You're extremely grateful for everything that life has to offer for you. The benefits of vibrating at your highest frequency, it's not just a slogan, it's really a way of life that we really want everybody to adopt. So in this podcast, other than an introduction to Raise the Vibes, a little bit of a background story about myself, I want to teach you 3 tips that you can do to help you vibrate at your highest frequency. The first tip is practice daily gratitude and affirmations. As simple as that sounds, there are a lot of people that don't do it for whatever the reason may be. But one of the first things that you can do is start each day by writing down 3 things you're grateful for. That can be something that happened yesterday. That can be something that you are speaking into existence. That could be something that you're looking forward to today. Another thing you can do is your daily affirmations. Speak positively, speak highly of yourself. I am going to have a great day. I'm going to positively impact somebody today. I'm going to create a positive environment for people that I experience today. Speak your affirmations out loud or write them in your journal to help reinforce that positivity. Gratitude and affirmations shift your focus to abundance, raising your emotional and energetic frequency. The second thing you can do is prioritize mind-body wellness. Incorporating movements into your day, whether that's yoga, going for a walk, going to the gym, doing Pilates, your softball team, volleyball, whatever that activity is, it's going to help you feel better about yourself for the day. And when you're feeling better, you make others feel better as well. Practice mindfulness or meditating, whether that's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. I understand we all got to start somewhere. When I started meditating, I started off with 30 seconds because that was all I can do before I started to fall asleep. And eventually I got my way all the way up to 10 minutes. Now, don't get me wrong, it was a journey, it was difficult, but again, it really helps you be more self-aware and be grounded in being connected with yourself and your feelings. Last, the simple thing that you could do is stay hydrated. Drink your water. I cannot tell you how important it is. There is no other liquid that is good for you as much as water is. Drink your water, stay hydrated. Your organs will thank you, your body will thank you, everybody else will thank you. You're hydrated, you're happy, you're good. Drink your water. Very simple. Drink your water. Caring for your body and mind clears negative energy and boosts your physical, emotional, and spiritual vibrations. Thirdly, the last tip, surround yourself with positive energy. Spend time with people who uplift and inspire you. Limit your exposure to negativity. And I'm not just talking about negative people. I'm talking about social media, news, conversations, gossip. Eliminate all of that from your life as best as you can, because all of that will have an impact on your energy. Engage in uplifting content, podcasts, books, music, anything that motivates you. Engage in it, interact with it, consume it, digest it, marry it, love it, embrace it. Positivity is everywhere when you're looking for it, and it's going to be easy to find once you start to become intentional with trying to incorporate that into your everyday life. Your environment deeply impacts your energy. Surrounding yourself with positivity helps you stay aligned with your highest frequency. By consistently practicing these tips daily, you'll cultivate a high vibration lifestyle that attracts more joy, success, happiness, and ultimately life fulfillment. So, as I wrap this up, if you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our videos. Let's keep it going and building from this one. I'm super excited, a little bit nervous, of course, but I'm looking forward to sharing more value with you here. When you have a moment, please head over to our website, www.raisethevibesllc.com, and join our community. Right now, you can join as a gold member, and it is completely free. You don't have to pay anything. All you have to do is go on, join our community, and you will get connected to our members, and you'll be able to access all of the benefits. And I do have something special, but we'll save that one for our next episode. So once you're finished, share this with somebody, whether it's a friend, a colleague, an associate, your neighbor. Share this video with somebody, provide them with some value. Leave a comment, follow us on Instagram, reach out to me with anything that you need. And if you have any recommendations on some topics you'd like for me to talk about, feel free to message me and I'll be happy to work that into our season. So next week, I've got something special for you, but you're going to have to come back and see it. Again, this is Jevon, Mr. Raise the Vibes, your personal growth coach. Thank you so much for viewing this. I'm looking forward to you joining us again on our next episode.